Hello and welcome back to Inversion Addicts. Today we're going to be continuing our Lost Rides series by taking a look at some of my favourite Lost Rides of the UK. Now this could include a ride or attraction that no longer features in this wonderful country of ours, so let's get into it. So first of all, we're going to be taking a look at some of the Lost Rides of Camelot Theme Park. Now not only was this wonderful park situated in my hometown of Chorley, Lancashire, but I used to be a ride operator there up until the age of 22. So as I'm sure you can imagine, this park holds a special place in my heart. And coming in hot would be one of my favourite ever rides to feature at the park, and one of the first ever big coasters I ever rode, the Tower of Terror. This incredible coaster was a classic Schwarzkopf Silver Arrow model and was located in the back section of the park named Land of the Brave. Tower of Terror opened to the public in 1989 and was unfortunately removed in the year 2000, mainly due to the fact the ride was leased and the park's contract on the coaster had unfortunately run out. The ride was situated around a huge themed castle which fit in perfectly with the medieval theme of the once great Camelot Theme Park. During the action-packed ride, you'd hit a top speed of 41 miles per hour, and the ride featured one inversion which was an awesome vertical loop after an amazing first drop. Once removed, the huge space left by the Tower of Terror was actually enough for two rides to fill. This juicy plot of land was unfortunately filled by the Gauntlet, which was a rather terrible Pimthari looping coaster, and Excalibur 2, an old Fabry evolution, which was named after the original Excalibur ride, which was an inverting galleon. Upon the Tower of Terror's departure from Camelot, it had a brief stint at Dreamland Margate before becoming Twist and Shout, located at Loudon Castle. For any fans of the Tower of Terror, you can now ride it as Big Blue over at Fun Park in Croatia. So moving on, and next up we're sticking with Camelot Theme Park and one of the more unique roller coasters I've ever ridden in my life. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you the Dragonflyer. Now don't get me wrong, this wasn't the most thrilling roller coaster in the world, but one thing that it definitely was is diesel powered. During the ride, you'd hit a top speed of around 25 miles per hour, depending on how brave the ride operator felt, and the ride would last around 2 minutes 20. The roller coaster, created by SDC, was one of the only diesel powered coasters to ever exist, and I've gotta say, the experience was pretty unique as the ride sounded a little bit like an old transit van. Upon Camelot's unfortunate closure, the trains were transferred over to Southport Pleasureland as decoration, and the majority of what's left of the Dragonflyer track still stands, rusting away in the remains of the derelict Camelot Theme Park. Now in all fairness, I could start rhyming off most of Camelot's old rides, but we'll save that for another day. And next up, I'm going to be talking about a ride from another defunct theme park here in the UK, Frontierland over in Morecambe. More specifically, the Runaway Mine Train Wild Mouse roller coaster. This classic frantic Wild Mouse was originally opened in 1960 and wowed guests in the park up until 1999, when it was removed and relocated to Southport Pleasureland, where it became King Solomon's Mines. The ride stood at a height of 40 feet and had a track length of 1,600 feet, and in my recollection was one of the more thrilling Wild Mouse coasters we had, scarcely scattered across the UK. The ride stood as King Solomon's Mine up until 2006 due to Southport Pleasureland entering receivership. The ride was reportedly then kept in storage over at Dreamland Margate, but unfortunately was never rebuilt and operated. So moving on, and next up we're going to be taking a look at the classic Cyclone, which once stood at Southport Pleasureland. The Cyclone originally opened to the public on the 26th of March 1937 and was designed and built by the legend Charles Page, whose handiwork you could also see on display over at Grand National at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Now, in my humble opinion, the coaster always bore a resemblance to one side of the Grand National, with its out and back layout, some awesome near misses, and all round fun classic wooden roller coaster layout. Now, in my opinion, the Cyclone should have been a roller coaster expertly maintained for future generations to enjoy, like we see over at Blackpool Pleasure Beach with the likes of the Big Dipper and the Grand National. But unfortunately, despite roller coaster enthusiasts trying to save the ride with multiple petitions, the Cyclone was demolished on the 20th of November 2006. So last but not least, we're going to be heading over to Thorpe Park Resort and taking a look at Loggers Leap. Now, of course, with the new news of Exodus coming to Thorpe Park in the coming years, the blow was softened slightly, but I'm sure you'll all agree, losing the UK's tallest log flume left a bitter taste in the mouth of enthusiasts. Loggers Leap opened to the public in 1989 in the brand new Canada Creek themed area and stood as the UK's tallest log flume at a height of 16 metres or 52 feet. The ride famously featured an amazing double down drop that even Princess Diana was photographed enjoying. Now, of course, all good things come to an end, and Loggers Leap entered the 2015 season standing but not operating, where it'd remain up until the end of the 2021 season, when Thorpe Park announced Project Exodus, the brand new hypercoaster hopefully coming to Thorpe Park in the coming years. From the early plans that we've seen so far, it'd appear the ride somewhat pays homage to the Great Loggers Leap, with what looks like a potential splashdown around that original legendary Loggers Leap double down drop. Let's just hope those plans come to fruition. So that's going to wrap it up for today. Thank you so much for watching the Lost Rides of the UK, and I'd love to get your opinions on the matter. Do you have any fond memories of the rides mentioned in today's video? And what rides would you like to see featured in a future Lost Rides video? Let us know in the comments below. If you haven't already, go and check out our existing Lost Rides videos featuring Blackpool Pleasure Beach and Alton Towers, available in the description below. As always, thank you so much for watching. My name's Lee from Inversion Addicts, and until next time, take care.